Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. We are less than 24 hours away from the completion of Robotic Daniel.
Well,
Robot Leg Daniel.
stage one.
Stage one of Robot Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You need robot arms. Like, what other things can you get?
I don't know. We can figure it out. Hey, welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch with us, we love this guy. We know you love him too, from the Orlando Talk Show. And he might have a cruise coming up that you might be able to join him and do a little gambling. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross McCoy.
Hey, guys.
So
I've thought about this actually a lot, Tom, because, you know, I like exercising, so I
Yeah.
want the ability to still build, like, musculature, so I don't want, like, my muscles replaced with synthetic muscles, but, like, anything underneath, joints, bones, let's replace all that.
yeah.
Titanium bones, let's get some
bones.
carbon fiber sinew and joints in there, shoulders, I would love to get my shoulders done, dude.
And they have things that now replace muscles. I saw these walking boot type of thing. It's like a hydraulic thing that goes under your foot and then attaches to your calf.
Yeah, we have a listener that wants to do a race with those. He wants to get our fattest listeners,
Yeah.
like our most chungus gloriosos, and he wants us to buy a set of those, 2 sets of those. Like, you have to have a pair. And start racing our fattest listeners
So
in
they-
certain brackets, and then like do it at like events and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, update. I sent you and Crystal this, I want to say like a month ago.
Yeah.
I sent you guys, you know, the skiing. It's like a one wheel, but it's digital skis.
What?
And you ski. They're independent.
Really?
You're on two different robot skis that are wheels, and they're both independent. You're not on one thing. You're on 2 things that are independent. There's a rich guy in Baldwin that has it.
Oh, really?
There's a dude that has it. I tried to yell at him. He rode by Maisie's dance. I'm like, oh my God, it's the ski thing. I yelled, it's the ski thing. I'm like, hey! He had Bluetooth or something in his ears. But there is a man, if you know of the man in Baldwin that has, I just want to interview him. I just want him to bring it by here and so we can see it. He has the digital. It's two.
With
It's
like two one-wheel skis.
It's two one wheels. It's like one wheel,
but with multiple wheels.
Yes, it's got like 4 wheels on each ski.
Are you guys describing roller skates with extra steps?
Maybe.
Yes,
You know what? Fuck you. Maybe I am. Fuck you.
It's electronic roller skates. There we go. That was easier. Wow, that was easier.
Hold on. I gotta give you a blast. You get a blast for
Turns
that.
out electronic skis were confusing.
But there's a guy, dude. There's a guy that has it. There's a guy there. You can pretty much bank that if you live in an area where people have like just ass loads of dumb money,
Right.
that they're gonna buy all the cool shit. And this guy had the skis. He was riding them on the bricks out here, and it blew my mind. But anyway,
If you see a recumbent bike on the road, you can't afford rent in that neighborhood.
they exist. They're out there. They do look cool. Have you seen the bionic legs you can buy? They're more for construction people or people that work, and they're like, it's like a belt, and then it comes under your butt, and it props up your knees. It like there's a joint that goes under the back of your knee.
Yeah.
And then it buckles under that, like right under your kneecap. And what it does is it keeps your knees from hyperextending. And it uses itself as like your new leg, so you can lift like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, you can lift a lot more because it's acting as your leg muscles.
It's like a mech suit.
Yeah.
Do you look like Forrest Gump though?
No,
Okay.
they look more like they almost look like a medical device. They almost look more like
a digital Forrest Gump. Now you understand.
Yeah. Okay. Marilyn Manson.
that's the number. You know, that's the number one. I thought I would get a lot more David the Gnome. I thought I'd get a lot more Insult. No, I get a lot of Forrest Gump.
Why?
Because of the beard and the hair.
When he decided to start running, and then he just let himself go.
Yeah. I'm like Forrest Gump if he couldn't run.
You know,
Not allowed. Can't do it.
Tom Hanks has done that twice with Forrest Gump and Castaway.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's become good at making himself look like he gave up.
Now, I thought in Castaway,
which is why you're getting a lot of hate, by the way, is because Tom Hanks, as basically in 2 super popular movies, said this is what it looks like when you give up.
Right.
And you just grow all your hair out
True.
long and beard.
That is true.
And then so like in one aspect he just started running and then didn't do anything else, and then another aspect he's on a deserted
Wow,
island.
you usually don't let your jealousy show this hard, Tom, but like it's really evident you are envious of Dan's beard right now.
Well, I
Wow.
normally don't give up.
You go
Who normally
so
gives up?
far to
Who's
try
the
to-
give up guy of the show? Tom is
We're
the
not giving
natural
it-
give up guy.
I gave up. I got to the point where it was like long, itchy.
look
My
how
wife was
fast-
over it.
look how fast
yeah,
it's
it's
growing
basically back.
It's growing back so fast.
But you caved and you shaved.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
Caved and shaved. Oh, wait. In honor of
Daniel's not
Jesse
caving.
Jackson's passing, you will now be rhyming. In honor of Jesse Jackson's passing, Tom will now recite Hymietown.
That's going to be my new protest sign. You caved. You shaved.
I like that. But yeah, I get more heat about this. I got my last haircut because I'm getting chopped tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. This is the final piece of the puzzle. They're going in. They're going to chop the top of my femur off. They're going to drive a titanium spike in there with a mallet. Then they line it with ceramic coating, and then they shove it into a coupler that they've nailed into my hip socket.
Yeah.
And then they squish all my muscles back into my leg, and they sew me up. And if they don't break my femur like they did last time, I'll be back in about 4 weeks. If they break my femur, it'll be 8 weeks plus 4.
Now, what are they going to do different than the other one? Because that's what I
Hope
asked.
and pray. Thoughts and prayers. It's a thoughts
Because
and
I'm
prayers.
like, well, you tried not to break the other one
No,
that
he
first
didn't.
time.
He didn't try.
No, he was. Yeah, of course he tried.
No, I know. Do you want to hear what my? Do you want
So
to hear?
he's going to try this time, and what happened? That's the same results.
Do you
going to
want to
happen.
hear
You
what
know?
my surgeon said that made it worse? Because I talked to him. Because that's the new thing with a lot of I think a lot of this is. Like, he's one of the top surgeons here in town, but where you get the extra effort is they now do this thing where they're like, hey, man, here's my cell phone. If you ever need anything, just give me a call. If you have any concerns, you have access to me. I think they have their own phone just for that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
it's not
I have
real-
a crazy person phone for all these wackanuts that are going to, bother me
They're
at
not
all
giving your
hours.
personal.
No.
Yeah, but
And
you'll
if
be
the-
texting them all the
No,
time.
but
They're just sitting there watching Possible TV. They'll have it next to them, but if they're like doing something, it's away.
Correct. So I wrote him, and it is the same surgeon, and that's an interesting take. Would you guys go with the same surgeon, or would you go with somebody different?
my vasectomy doctor that I got a vasectomy from
It was weird when he broke your femur.
That was weird.
It was a horrible experience. I'd see him tomorrow because it's just he's already got my name. I'll just go there.
Yeah.
That's how lazy and little I care.
Yeah, because see, like Checkered Future in our Twitch chat room. Hey, thank you for being here. We appreciate you being on Twitch. Checkered Future says, "Is it the same surgeon?" And they said, "No, I wouldn't go back to the same surgeon. I like this guy. I like this guy's rapport." I hate to say this because but it's true. It didn't break because of him. It broke because the density of my bones in that area because of the arthritis has broken down to a point where I'm just a weak person. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Just a weak person.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah, see, Dr. Tom knows that. He's been telling me about
I should have told your doctor.
Yeah, and that was the last
Give me his cell
That was
phone.
the last thing you told. I will give it to you. But I messaged my doctor. I'm like, hey, I'll see you on Friday. I'm doing everything right. I know exactly what I'm doing. And then he messaged me back, and I didn't like his reply. And then it made me think, well, no matter what he replies to me, I'm probably not going to like it in this state of heightened anxiety.
Can we guess what he said? Can we
Yeah,
guess?
go ahead.
Did he say something like, "It doesn't matter what you do, I'll just take care of it"? Because that's typical doctor to me.
I like.
Yeah, like I'm the god here.
Yeah,
I feel that.
it's out of your
I
control.
like a good 2013 new phone. Who dis?
Okay. Bye, Felicia.
I like old memes that used to be funny.
Yeah, I see a lot of femurs. Remind me which one's yours.
Yeah.
You know
The
what
dad
I
joke. A good dad joke is good.
I do like a good dad joke. No matter what my doctor texts me, I always reply, I bet he's getting a $5 footlong in jail. I always go back to the $5 footlong Jared joke. I bet he's getting a $5 footlong in jail for every text he says, please be serious about your hip. No, I wrote to him, hey, I'll see you on Friday. I am a little nervous about this one. I said, and I shared an actual observation that it is interesting because it just shows how I'm wired.
Well, last time you fucked up. So I, a lot of problems from that.
Yeah.
No, most people say like, well, you know what to expect. So this one will be easier because you see it. You know exactly you have the map.
Yeah, you know how it feels when you come out of it, all the shit.
But for me, I know.
If you are fighting Mike Tyson for the second time, you're probably fucking terrified.
Yeah.
You're probably more terrified than anybody on earth could be because you've seen it once already.
It was the most painful thing I've ever been through, especially the femur break. They didn't give me enough pain pills, and the recovery took a very long time, and I'm in an exercise kick right now. I haven't been able to exercise for 72 hours. Not that I'm like some superhuman exercise man, but it helps my brain.
When you get used to it, you fall off when you don't get to get it.
And I'm doing really well because I'm trying to be really healthy for the surgery. I'm actually trying to control everything I can, and I know I can't control my bone density right now, but I can tell you that
another slice of American cheese or two, Dan.
abstaining from alcohol, hydrating as much as I can, getting good sleep. Let's get to that one.
Okay.
I texted him. I said, hey, I'll see you on Friday. I am a little concerned about this because I know how hard it was last time. He writes back to me, get some good rest this week, and I will too. See you Friday. Well, what the fuck were you doing last time? Staying up all night playing goddamn Fall Guys on Xbox? Were you playing Animal Crossing? Were you playing Volume
This
3
time I'll
Animal
do it.
Crossing Update? What the fuck? Why did you say this time I'll get some good sleep? What the fuck?
last time I was, I was stressed.
I was
my
fighting
old
with my old lady.
Yeah.
But we made up. She sucked my dick good.
So-
Anyway.
So fucking hungover for that thing.
Worst fucking thing you could say to a Dan, right?
So-
Worst thing you can say to me.
So here's why,
Fuck this guy.
in my opinion, you use
doesn't listen.
the same doctor who
I like
fucked
him.
it up last time, or you use the same company that fucked it up last time. You use them again, right? Most people use a different company or doctor or someone else that they had a bad experience.
No, I like this. Let the record
So-
reflect. I really like this guy and trust him fully.
So and it depends on a lot of circumstances. Did this company did a mistake happen that was out of their control? Did it just like a bad situation? Did they drop the ball and normally they didn't? You have to do a little bit of analysis, but they will try not to fuck it up next time more than they would for a new person they didn't fuck up
He
last
did
time.
say that too.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
and so you need the extra effort. And so if you use a company again that fucked you over last time, like a lot of circumstances have to be right. They will want to do a better job than if you use a new company that doesn't have any experience. Like
Correct.
you at least have the motivation. They have the motivation to not fuck it up, and you need that. A lot of times they don't go into that with a new customer or a new patient.
No, like
because they don't have any history. Now they're gonna be like, hey, I really gotta try. Right? Everybody, there's a difference. I know people really try, but you really try them?
No, he did say, what's funny about this is he did say, and I like making fun of this because they're humans too, right? So they're going to say the things that we say.
Debatable.
And they don't feel human.
yeah.
But he did sort of say that. He was like, look, when that did happen, and it wasn't his, it was beyond his control. It does have to do with how those areas of my legs have deteriorated because of this condition that I've had since birth and the use of my hips. So we'll see how it goes. It's so violent. I'm not looking forward to it. I pray to God that he doesn't break my femur, but if I had to guess, right, let's do a prediction.
Oh, this is
I'm
good.
going to predict it does break.
Ooh.
I'm going to predict that I get the same hairline fracture in this leg that I get in the other one, only because they are they're basically identical. The way that my pelvis was pushed forward.
Can he use a smaller rod, or is it all the standard? But maybe then he's like, hey, last time I used a thicker rod.
That's a great question.
I got 5 on the femur. What do you give me for odds?
Oh, 5 that it breaks?
That it breaks?
No, I'm team femur. I think your femur's. I think it's coming through clean.
Now this is not my dominant.
But I want odds.
I'll give you some facts. I want to help you out.
I that minus 200. It doesn't break.
It doesn't. All right, let me throw some
2 to
facts
1.
up. Maybe this will change how you feel. This leg is not my dominant leg. That's an edge. That's my right leg is my kicking leg. It's my planting.
It's been deteriorated more.
Yeah, my right leg is when I play drums and I do any type of double bass or I love my kick pedal. My right leg, I abuse my right leg. My left leg is a gentle little baby. It is not. I do not use it very often.
Yeah. I bet it doesn't break this time. I bet it doesn't.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
And he's
see.
gonna
I'm
try a little harder.
Now this is another
that makes
thing.
a difference.
You know what I asked him, and he looked at me like I was an idiot. Not because I am an idiot, but because I think it is a dumb, like maybe it's an insulting question to ask a doctor. That's where I kind of wish he was a little more like us humans, and not because I asked him this. I said, "Could you?" This is a real question I have, so please don't look at me the same way he looked at me. Could I go into my leg preemptively and wrap it with the wire? That way, if it does break, I've already done my due diligence and I've already taken care of it. Why not? Because I was going to tell him, if you already know what's going to happen, then preemptively lead with using, they call it like angel clips or something. Preemptively go in and wrap my femur and then do your spike driving.
No, but surgeons they have a God complex. They're like, this is not going to happen this time.
They're science superstitious.
Oh, fuck.
Like if they, because I've run into this before too. Like why not do the preemptive thing? They don't want to do it unless it happens for sure.
Yeah. I thought, like I said, like
That's how you are, though.
Yeah. Like
You don't want to do it if we don't need to do it.
just give me stents now. I've always said, give it.
Pre-stents.
I'll point out at people in public who needs a stent, and I'll be right. Like this guy needs a stent. This one, stent. Give everybody stent.
The fair's up at the fairgrounds this weekend. You should just go up there and
Oh,
just like
still.
get on a
Okay.
loudspeaker and be like,
Okay,
get a
right.
stent, everybody here.
And my
I'll
wife
save
is,
lives.
Andrea's weighing in. Andrea says, no, you can't do that because they cut into the muscle on the side of your leg, and that's the big driver of the recovery.
Okay. So even if they do that and prevent the breaking the femur, it's really the muscle cut that gets you, and you get that either way.
You know, this is the first time I'm finding out they cut the muscle, but that must be why my leg looks so fucking gross and disgusting.
Yeah. Surprise you.
Every time I get out of the shower, I'm like, God, what the fuck? What is this, the movie Tusk?
Also,
There's a reference.
if Andrew's listening,
It'd be weird if she's in the chat
Thank
room
you for your
talking,
service.
making
I'm
comments
sorry.
about
No,
the
no.
live show, and she wasn't listening. It'd be weird.
you don't have to text me. Daniel's out of surgery. He's recovering. It went well. Like I'll hear about it.
Oh, I like that. I like when he disconnects from kind things that wives are doing for business partners. He's like, I don't need any of that. Don't fucking care.
No, that's not that I don't care. I'll eventually know
kinda
the
is that you
truth.
don't care.
But I don't
Thank
need
you,
to
Raj.
hear, like I don't need to hear up to the second updates. Like I'll know tomorrow, next day. You know.
Department of Sanity will weigh in here for a second.
It's because you don't care.
I was like, I landed. All right, I'll see you.
Hold
in
on,
the news
this
if
is
there's a
different
plane
than
crash.
this is different than airplane because airplane makes news. That would be my argument. This doesn't make news.
Yeah, no,
if
but
if small hairy podcaster dies in Orlando, there's just another one.
It's
Just and another
no,
one.
it spread quickly. Some nurse, Dennis died from
Oh
Tom
my
Dan.
God, the guy from the Monsters died. I'm like, no! I'm taking one more breath. I'm like, please say Tom and Dan, the Monsters. No!
And I broke his hip again.
And he died.
No, I got worse. I tried this time.
And then they turned to the
I should've
camera.
tried.
She turns to the camera. They're like, who? Who was it? And then they turn to the camera. They're like, Funky the Bear's friend. No! No! Fuck you!
And that's what I hear. Drunk and the Bear's friend died. I'm like, shit.
Headline, Drunk and the Bear's friend
God
died.
damn, I didn't even ask him for the passwords.
And then everything in here stays exactly the same. Right? Then everything's... Oh, we had a moment here this week.
Tom's at the morgue with your iPhone trying to let them access your finger like one more time.
Shove it in his dead face so it opens. I'm joking.
Here's something funny. We're going to tangent a lot today because I have a lot of nervous energy, and Ross is here. We're doing it sort of old school. Do you know my Face ID does not work now because of my beard?
Oh, really?
No, really?
Yeah, it's so big that now
It threw it off.
It's like nothing can be done. I have to use a passcode every single time.
Interesting.
Almost every single time.
I thought, can you reset it?
I've tried multiple times.
Once you
and
get
it'll
in with-
get it for a little bit, and then it'll shut down.
Well, do you just have to do it like every 3 days as your beard grows or something?
I don't know. It's weird. It's just not doing. It's not. I'd be wondering if guys with bigger, because it's not like I have the biggest beard in town. I have a beard. You know, it's not crazy huge.
There you go. People worried about the AI taking over. Just grow a beard. It's easy.
Right.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Disappear.
You mother.
Oh, I love the chat room says, did you hear Daniel with your weather from the Monsters? Yeah, see, that's hilarious. That is fucking hilarious.
Young Dan from Phillips File.
What
Ed Till.
That's
Young
it.
Dan is here.
Yeah.
Didn't you think I was here this week?
Oh, dead? Yes. So this is funny. So a lot of times, me and Daniel.
I'm sorry. To recap, didn't you think I was here dead? Yes. It's funny. That's what's
Well,
Wait,
he's
did
not
you just
dead.
hear the last segment where I
It
said
wouldn't be funny if he was actually
told my
dead in
wife
there.
to her face she does not have to text him if I'm dead. Did you not hear that?
Well, I just said immediately. I mean, later on,
Yeah, like after dinner, like at 5:45, 6
and
o'clock.
Don't call me crying. That's the worst.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm
He
like,
doesn't know what to
"Oh,
do with that. And put an emoji on it for Christ's sake.
my favorite.
Gather yourself.
My favorite Hank Williams song. Don't call me crying.
So I'm in here, and I can't do two things at once. This has caused me a lot of
You
problems.
can't do one thing at once.
Motherfucker. So
Pretty dad joke too. I thought I was on a sitcom for a split second. I'm looking around for Tim Taylor.
That was Ray Romano worthy, right? For sure.
So if
You
I'm
can't do one thing.
if I'm concentrating on something like a reading or like an email or writing an email or whatever,
You start pissing your pants when you're reading. He's like, ah. He starts pissing his pants because he's trying so hard. I'm like, are you pissing your fucking pants while you're reading?
so I can't hear. So I can't
Can't hear when you're reading?
Yeah. I can't digest what someone's saying when they're talking to me if I'm actively reading or concentrating. Like my brain has to be like, all your focus on this and no anything else. Some people can consume things and like do multiple things. I
Like
can't.
shark can shut those ears they have on the side of their head.
Yeah. So I'm doing this. I'm like on my phone. Daniel, I didn't know this, but he said, "Hey, I'm going to check the mail." Daniel, go check the PO box. And then I didn't. And then so I thought he went to the bathroom because the bathroom door was closed. And I swore
We
I
should
heard
keep
the
it
sink.
open. We should start keeping it open.
Well, I
There's no
usually-
women here. We don't need to close
I
it.
usually pee with the door open now.
He does.
I do too.
Even with women here now, like
I do
Colette was
too.
here, I was peeing with the door.
I
open.
want her to secretly walk around the other side, and then I want to turn. Because every time I'm peeing, I chub my dick. You know how hard it is to chub your dick into a... I try to chub my dick into a semi, like make it look more impressive.
Yeah. So
I will once in a while try to pee with the door open in my own house 100% of the time. They could be dead asleep. It could be the middle of the night, but 110% of the time, if I try to pee with the door open or unlocked, one of my kids walks in on me. 100% of the time.
Really?
It can't do it.
Yeah, we pee in the dentist household. It's wide open doors all for everything.
Yep.
For everything. Like everybody shits with the door open in the dentist household.
You know what? We are a modest van family. Everybody hides, and we don't even tell each other. We're
Can I
gonna
tell you
sneak
something?
away. We're
I prefer
ashamed.
that.
We're ashamed of it.
No. I think what you're doing is correct. I don't think you're supposed to shit everybody in the... I'm agreeing with you. You are right in this.
So
I have it wrong.
When my kids are out of the house and I am able to pee with the door open and say my wife's around, maybe the last time my wife went to a comedy show, we went to an open mic And it was like an open mic with a kind of featured headliner type of situation.
Yeah.
This guy was from New York, and one of his catchphrases was, "I'm from New York. Of course I pee with the door open." He must have said it like 85 times during his 20-minute set. And so now anytime I pee with the door open, I shout at my wife, "Yeah, I'm from New York. Of course I pee with the door open."
You know what? I'm stealing that. I'm going to say it here. I like that.
That's good.
I support
It's fun.
that.
It's a fun thing to do when you pee with the door open. Yeah.
So I thought he was in the bathroom. So then I finished my email, and
We
then
kind of did a version of it today where you yell if you're going somewhere into the bathroom.
Yes, yeah.
We do that to each other.
And then so I'm gonna go to Publix, and me and Dana often likes to just go for a walk to Publix.
Two old men.
Yeah.
Grumpy old men.
We walk
sitting in a canoe fishing.
We walk in silence to Publix,
Yeah.
a routine.
Jack Lemmon.
So I'm like, hey, I'm going to Publix to get something. You want anything? And then I'm like,
To a closed bathroom door.
yes, your closed bathroom
Yeah.
door. And then I was like, maybe you didn't hear me. And then I'm like,
I put my earbuds in when I'm shitting.
and also, like, a guy's shitting, leave him alone. Like, give him some privacy.
There's commercial about that where you're not supposed to really talk
Yeah.
through bathroom doors. That's very disrespectful.
He's fine
and
if
weird.
he wants
Please tell it to my wife.
If he wants to go to Publix later, that's fine. So I just went to Publix, right?
Yeah.
And then I walked to Publix, and then I come back, and then I notice it's still quiet, and I immediately look in the studio, and Dan's not in the studio. And then I'm like, oh my God, the door's still shut.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this has been a fucking long time. I was in Publix, I was looking around.
Finally did it.
yeah. Like, and that whole time I'm like, I mean, he's been in there, and then I'm like,
You
I'm
go in there, I got a belt around my neck, I'm jacking off.
and I'm waiting for, like, is the toilet gonna flush, or is the sink gonna turn on, or something? Like, it's dead silent. And then I was like, did he fall? Did he have an aneurysm on the toilet?
Elvis, I did the Elvis.
Yeah, like, did he?
You could have an aneurysm on the toilet. You never know.
And then I was like, hey, silence. And then, like, for a split second, I was like, holy shit, he's fucking dead in there.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do?
Well, first
Did you check my body out?
He called Crystal crying.
No, really, what would you do? Talk it out. Would you, if you open the door and you saw me lay, would you roll me over and be like, oh my God, hello?
Okay, so this is what I do.
And you can be honest because I won't judge you in this scenario,
I
no
was
matter
like-
what you did.
I was like,
Pants are
hey.
down. He didn't get to wipe either.
yeah. Do you clean me up?
Yeah.
Do you clean me up before
Yeah,
you
did
go?
Elvis have shit in his ass?
Oh, come
I
on.
think he was constipated. I think that was the whole problem. He's trying to get it out, so he probably didn't have
It
to.
may have been blood, though.
Yeah.
It may have been
So-
blood. Sometimes you strain.
So I was like, hey, and then once you did,
Hey, what the fuck, man?
once you didn't respond with the there was two scenarios. One is his empty bathroom, right? I was thinking, I knew I'm not an idiot. That was one possibility.
I
And
ain't
the-
afraid of no empty bathroom.
but the only other scenario is dead on the floor from an aneurysm on the
Yeah.
toilet, right? Like,
Yeah.
so there was a
No,
there was
you
a-
can't discount. He's in there, but he's not responding to you. But he's alive, and he's planning to go up into the ceiling and get behind you and strangle you. That's a possibility
no,
too.
but
yeah,
that-
falling out of the ceiling strangulation. I'll write that down.
I've known Nando for 20 years.
Yeah.
If I'm screaming, "Hey, you okay?" He's never gonna play a trick on me and be like,
No.
like I'm gonna trick this. I'm gonna hide in the drop ceiling.
I'm not. I'm
that
not
would be
gonna do
funny.
it. I got no
though.
time for that.
yeah. But he's not.
Look, I've seen the business. We got to get to fucking work. I got no time to be doing falling out of the seat. I'm not Eric Andre. We're a fucking small business here.
yeah. He's never gonna do that. So I was like, there were two options. There was an empty bathroom or dead on the toilet. And then so when I open the door, like I imagine, oh my God, if I see his butt
My
ass,
feet. What do you
his
see my feet? Like a little
like-
doll.
like
that doll from that daytime TV show, that daytime soap opera.
So immediately, if
Passions.
if you are dead so I'll run over and then I'll see if, because sometimes you're already gone, and this happened. I've seen a dead body before right in front of me, and then I knew
I see one every night when my wife takes her panties off.
I knew that one wheel story went down.
there's a dude that flew off the underpass. Remember, and I landed in front of me, and then like I just stopped my truck. I was in the middle of the night, may or may not be drunk driving. And then I was like, oh my God.
I can't eat my Taco Bell now.
And this is in Miami, and then they were like, "Hey, check his pulse." And then I looked at him, and then I froze, and I didn't check his pulse, and like I didn't go because like
Oh my
he
God,
was.
you're no different than the dad in the Trolls movie. Remember when he turned his back on all the trolls? His whole thing was no troll left behind, and then they put him to the test, and he's like, "Fuck you, I can't do it. I'm weak."
It was obvious, like no breathing, like obvious dead scenario. Anyway.
And you're saying that Dan's so short that falling from a toilet would do that to him? That's fucking insulting.
And
No
so-
troll left behind.
So I checked because if you're breathing, I'm like, all right, I'll do the snap out of it, because maybe had a fentanyl overdose. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know you that well.
I've been dabbling in fentanyl.
Yeah. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
good.
You go
Have
to
you
the
tried it?
You go to the bathroom, you're snorting fentanyl, and then you OD. Like that's some Narcan. I could run across the street to Publix.
Gator's got it.
Yeah. Someone's got Narcan. Colette's probably got Narcan.
I was about to say, I'd go to-
I'm like,
yeah.
Colette.
Oh, what if I do?
Daniel's OD.
I would do a prank I would get her to seduce me. I'll fake falling off the toilet so Colette will
Oh, let's
seduce
do
me.
that today. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm like, Narcan.
And then right before she stabs me, I'm like, and then I wake up, I'm like, stab me in my dick. I say it fast. I say like, it gets in the bloodstream fast if you stab me in the cock.
Is it a nasal spray, Narcan?
No, it's a dick stab.
This guy, you know what? You're the best fucking wingman ever. Given 1 millisecond, Ross was on like, well, I got to go with dick stab now or I fuck everything up. That's really good prov, man.
All right, okay.
We have done no business.
No, that's fine.
We're
Did
half an hour into the show and we haven't even told the BDMs what to do. We're like selling some shit.
Yeah.
No. Well, there's not much business to be done, except for if we do have BDM appreciation coming up the beginning of April. We've got a BDM only party April 11th, and we'll be sending out the invite.
Can I talk
in
about
March?
Oh, we can't talk about like I could. We already booked the entertainment. And it's awesome.
Yeah. So it's awesome. We got a pretty fun party
We
planned.
got a band.
and all it takes
You can't
is
tell him the guy? You can't even tell him the guy that's coming?
we got a musician and we got a performer. Anyway,
We do.
so BDMs will know,
And good food.
You're one of my favorite guys.
you have to be
dude.
a BDM, an active BDM. It can't be a former BDM. We have thousands of those.
Oh,
Hey, if you sign back up,
Thousands.
you can come to the free party. You can hang out. You can be. If you sign back up, come on
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Just-
Please. In fact, we would like for you to.
we should actually give Tracy a list of former BDMs, and if they're there, we have them ejected.
You know, well, you know what? I've tried.
We have had people that don't pay show up to our parties.
I went on a
I don't
camp-
care.
I went-
Whatever.
What do you?
There,
Can't do anything. About it.
usually I tell this on the BDM show because it's more of a behind the scenes. But there was a time back when Butler worked here where I was like, everybody who was a former BDM, let's send an email out and say like, hey, we want you back. Come back. We did a video.
Baby, come back.
Yeah.
Come back to me,
and,
baby.
and like we're doing some new things, and then I'm like, all right. And there were like a couple thousand, and I was like, man, if like even if 5 to 10% of these people sign back up,
I was going to say half of 1%, but that's optimistic.
yeah, it did not work that well.
No, it
which
didn't.
is odd.
Yeah,
I thought it worked better.
It's the first one. I think you got an email back that said, "Do not email me ever."
Some people are like, I am a current BDM. Your analytics are off.
And we're like,
I'm
"That's
what?"
right. That's right. You're right. We do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know
That
what
was
I'm
a
looking
test.
at.
That was a test to see how in tune with the show you are. And of course, our analytics are off.
And then they're like, oh, no, you're right. I'm not a BDM. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, let's take a break. And when we come back.
Wait, was Dan dead in the bathroom or not?
No, I opened the door. There's no one in there. I've been talking.
Okay.
And then he came back from getting the mail. And then I was like, what the hell?
I was not.
Where the fuck is the mail? Is it in Sanford or something?
We still have a
we
P.O.
have a P.O.
box.
box.
Oh, the P.O. box.
and-
Okay, that's a perfect timing then.
And I thought about getting rid of it just because I was like, the mail can just come to the studio.
Yeah,
but
hardly anybody sends drugs anymore.
yeah. And then I'm
Good
like,
old days.
maybe having a P.O. box for a certain amount of anonymity is better. I don't know. It's cheap enough. It's like $12 a year or some shit.
Yeah.
No, listeners, I heard him say it. There's nothing I can do at this point.
It's actually, I don't even want to tell you how much it is, just to show how disconnected you are from the post office. It's about $175 a year.
Don't what?
Yeah, it's not $12 a year.
Not $12.
And what do you think things cost around here? You know, wait till he sees what we pay for hosting. If he sees our hosting bill, he's gonna beat me up.
It's like Lucille trying to name how much a price of a gallon of milk costs. He
you're
was
gonna
like
be-
that off.
Yeah, Trump, tell me how much a pack of gum costs. 1 cent. 1 cent for gum is free.
He's
Everyone
supposed to
knows
know.
gum is free. Trick one.
There's no way to know.
All right. No Effects put out a brand new song. They just changed the words to one of their already existing songs. And we're going to play that. We're going to play Minnesota Nazis. And then Pimmer has a brand new song out called Trans Am. And then we will come back and talk more to you. This is No Effects. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time right after this. Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. That is Pimmer with Trans Am. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. Ross McCoy's on the couch today. So
You guys listening at home probably don't know, but Dan says a sentence every show that you guys never hear. mics are hot.
Mics are hot.
Like
Oh,
every
yeah,
time
yeah.
Dan turns the
Yeah.
mics on, he gives us a little
You know,
warning.
it's a
And nobody
habit.
at home overhears it.
It is a habit, and I don't.
Yeah, because half the time I'm talking shit about people and you need me to shut up.
Well, I don't think a lot of people even know what it means, right? Because when we're coming back, and it's not the same as a true radio station. Maybe we should talk about this stuff. This is interesting to people, I think.
Yeah.
In a
radio
true
listeners,
radio
for sure.
station scenario, we have a much nicer console than the one we have back here. I like our console, but it's like 20 years old. It's a Yamaha NG 166CX USB. They don't make them anymore. I found this one because Tom gave me, we did a gig this years ago. Remember, I bought that one. I bought this from Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
I had some old man from a little store out in Minnesota ship it to us when we were rebuilding the studio. Where was I going? Oh, I say mics are hot, but I don't think people even know what the hell that means when I say it. Like, people will just talk right into it. And in a true radio station console, when you turn on people's microphones, all the faders are down. We don't have that luxury because my faders are not pro faders. They're very gritty, and they're just like what you would buy at Sam Ash. So with a radio station fader, it's so well made that all of the faders are down. You turn all the mics on, and then you gently pull them up to levels that you know work for each person, and every person is different. For instance, when I worked on the morning show, the host, man, was insistent upon his microphone being the loud. It had to be the
Yeah,
loudest.
yeah.
That's like either to rein people in or it's an ego thing or whatever. But I would secretly pull it back down to where it sounded the best because I'm an audio guy and I don't care. I don't care whether or not you think that you want to be the loudest. I care about it not over-modulating and sounding like shit for all of the listeners out there. So, short of the long is, I can't really do that here. I have to pop them
Just
on real
on off.
quick.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess I could try, but it's going to be weird because the faders just are not made to do that.
Not as slick. It won't move as smoothly.
No, it
Interesting.
won't.
Also, in normal radio station setups, you turn your own mic on. Everybody that's sitting down has a on-off button with the mic, and that always throws me off. Like I did Jimmy's show like a month ago, and I always forget to turn my mic on when I go to talk because Daniel does it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a beat that I remember back in the radio days, always remembering to do it and turn it off. There's like a cough button, which is the dumbest thing. Just turn it off and then turn it back on. But like, no, I need to hold a cough button. It was stupid. If I was an engineer, I'd be like, screw your cough button.
You don't need it. It's an unnecessary.
I'd never used it one time.
It's an unnecessary button. People used to install them. Like when I bought these microphones are from Shannon Burke's old podcasting studio. When I bought his podcasting studio, he threw in a bunch of like secondary third-party cough buttons that you just daisy chain in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't fucking need a cough. What are you talking about? Here's what I think about a cough button. It's one more device to go in the daisy chain to degrade the audio. Why are you egomaniacs? So you don't need all of that. You're making it sound shittier by plugging more shit into it.
Is it that radio guys are just so stupid they wouldn't know to turn the mic on and off when they coughed unless there's a specialty button for it?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that might be it.
to the defense of that, I know people are like, well, I listen to Tom cough up loogies all day on the show, and to that I say, touche. It is disgusting not having ability to. I tried to do it off mic, but it's loogie time.
It's loogie time.
Oh, so you guys brought up something about the Olympics. I didn't know this story.
They give you a medal if you win.
Yeah, that's new though. That's a new thing.
So you said someone defected to China.
No, it's not an actual defection.
or took money to represent China instead of America in a particular sport.
Eileen Gu.
You practicing saying China like Trump is really paying off. You're doing a good job.
Well, naturally how it comes out. It's a little disrespect for no reason.
I noticed when you and Ross were talking about China.
If you minorly mess up someone's name a little bit, it's a slight disrespect.
It's true.
That you brush off as like, no, I'm trying my hardest.
Tim and Doug do a great job. Tim and Doug, everybody.
It's a little slight.
Yeah. It's a micro diss. Eileen Gu, the American-born freestyle skier. She's, it's not even really recent controversy because she did the last Olympics as this in 2022, but she chose to represent China in the Winter Olympics because if you will remember, the last Winter Olympics was in Beijing. So it was sort of, that one actually made more sense to me. Your mom raised you bilingual. You were born in California. You're a California skier. And then your mom is Chinese and she raised you Chinese. So in order to honor your mom's memory, you're going to represent China. But she's continued to represent China, even though she kind of, I could make the argument she was given the skills, the ability to do what she does throughout the network that is USA Ski, right? As a foundation. So as a youngster, some would say, I think the most important.
She learned in the United States.
100%. And she's been propped up by the United States ski community. And then she chooses in 2022 to not only represent China, but to continue to represent China to the tune of, I guess, my wife this morning told me that she was stroked a check from the Chinese government for $6 million.
Okay, so that is the interesting part because there's in the past there's people with like dual citizenship.
China doesn't do dual citizenship.
No, I know.
They
But
don't do that.
but like in other countries, this has happened in Olympics
Sure.
before. Where
And
like,
she has been real mellow about denouncing her U.S. citizenship. It's almost as if we don't know if she's a U.S. citizen or not.
Like a lot of your basketball players go back to Europe for the Olympics.
Yeah, and then like there's also a thing where if you don't
Baseball.
make the Olympics for one country, try for a secondary country just to make
Sure,
it.
yeah.
You know, and there are things like that. It's not really like you're denouncing one country over the other. You're just like, hey, I can make it through this country and not through this because of the competition or whatever.
But in this case,
the getting paid to do it is unique to
she
me.
took advantage of American roads and schools and training facilities, and then China cuts her money and she goes.
And I know in the Middle East,
That's called the Bill Burr, right?
Well, different in the fact that getting money.
He was also railing against exactly the place where he went and performed. That is
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah, and
Actually, villainize him a little more in this one.
Took the check, didn't you, Bill?
Yeah, he did take the check.
and
Billy Bonesaw. Would I take the check? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, it's an interesting question because
It's a great question.
6 million. I thought it was like, hey, come over, and that's happened in Qatar before with like World Cup players. Remember when that whole thing came off? Like they were just paying players, better players than they had in their own country, to represent their company or their country in the World Cup, and there was just like a bunch of like paid to play mercenary players. There's like, I'll play for Qatar, you know, like,
Right.
and so, and you know, it's interesting because in any other scenario, like in sports, we accept this. Like whoever pays you the most, that's where you go. Like, and I know some fans get mad because, like, you know, someone from Atlanta will go to a rival for the money. But I think everybody kind of like, yeah, that's what happens.
In
They
most
don't- you don't
regular
have any-
competitive business sports, where I look at Orlando City, Arsenal, Atlanta Falcons, all my teams,
Yeah.
they're businesses, and I know they're businesses.
You do it for the
And
money.
if my favorite striker from Orlando City decides to go to Europe because he's young and can make more money there,
Yeah.
I never get bent out of shape about that because I think that's cool. That's the way it's supposed to go.
But in my lifetime, I remember the Olympics like not even being open to professional athletes. Like you had a completely, you had a whole Olympic basketball team that had never played in the NBA, just like college kids, because there was a line between professionals and Olympian there.
Yes, yeah. And it used to be a rule, which I know that there were like, they stopped it for basketball. That's what like the dream team happened.
Correct. I think that was like the first year.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, professionals can be the Olympics now. Let's get
Let's America up
everybody.
a little bit here.
But like, so if someone offered you, okay, let's say you didn't. Now this is a little bit different because obviously she has ties to China. Her family's
her mom's Chinese.
Yeah,
That's really it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't think she has ties to China
But-
other than her mom is Chinese and raised her bilingual.
Yeah. So, but it's harder for us to be like, if we go for us, like, hey, will you go represent China for $6 million? Most people would, right? Because I'm
think-
saying they would because at one time someone was offering me $1 million to give them $3 million to cut their leg off, and if, you know, like money is a driving factor for a lot of people who are desperate and they want the money. Who cares? And they'll, you know,
Well, this one's different because she's not desperate. I see what you're saying, and I think
Yeah.
the honest answer
Or-
to most Joe average, like most of us that do this, would really have to think long and hard on that. If we're answering this in a non-funny, serious way, it's like we would all three of us would sit down and be like, yo, we have the opportunity of doing what, let's say China said, hey, we want to buy Tom and Dan. It will now be a Chinese product, and we're going to give you way more money than you're getting here.
Sold.
I mean, there is a case to make for that, right? There is, and there's a case to make it for her. I just think what's weird about
But
her.
what
is
does America offer?
No, but we all look at her and know she doesn't need $6 million.
And if it was the podcasting Olympics and you're representing your country, I maintain that it would be different when you're representing. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Oh my God. Hello there, boys.
Ram Davesy's here. What, out of nowhere?
I got a notification that you were talking matters of money and finance and more importantly, gold.
Good a time as any to talk to
there
you,
is
buddy.
gold involved, I guess, because of gold medals.
All right, but real quick, before people get mad if I don't do it, here I go. I'm demonstrating to you that
That
fiat
does make
currency
people
is
mad.
worthless and that a dollar bill is not money. It is not money. There you go. That's for you.
Always.
Little tip for your cleaning lady.
You know who that makes our cleaning lady like furious? She does not have a lot.
I think it's a slap in her face.
It is. It's so insulting.
So Ram, now what do you think about this? Like, in one aspect, you're representing now another country. I guess, could she even be representing the United States? Or would she make it if she
Oh
was?
yeah. She's the most decorated. Well, let's throw a couple of more little. You need
I'm
more
sure that's
logs.
why they're paying her, because
She's the best.
China wants her to compete for them.
Well,
and
she's
to
the
win.
most decorated skier.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I'm not paying $6 million for a boat that's going to sink, Tom.
Okay, well, good point. Good point, Ram. So what do you think?
I ain't paying $6 million for an elephant gun that ain't going to kill an elephant. You see what I'm saying, Tom?
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
So the China's paying so that they can have
This
win the
little
gold.
Chinese girl, we brought her over here to America. And we fed her and we sheltered her and we educated her and we trained her up in skiing. And she takes our best and our greatest ideals. She takes capitalism to the ultimate extreme and gets $6 million out of China to ski jump for them.
Oh, you're applauding
I
this.
would.
Because
I got a little bit of gout going on right now, Tom. I would stand and applaud for her. I would give her a standing ovation, honestly. But yeah, seated applause. Thank you, little girl. Yeah. So take that $6 million,
right.
Are you
bring it
making-
back here to America, and spend it on goods and services. Then, by the way, it will eventually make their way to me. Thank you very much.
So you're saying that in some ways this is the most American thing you
This
can do
is
is
the
take money
most
from China.
American thing you can do, Dan. Take money from China. You took
Yeah.
the words right out of my mouth right before I
Okay,
said them.
all right.
It's almost like you said those words. I love that.
So you're
Ram.
saying the basics of capitalism says that she did what Ram Davesy would do.
She has embodied the teachings of through me, Scrooge McDuck, to the fullest of her capabilities. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, because you could make the argument that all the other athletes aren't taking $6 million from China.
She's actually hurting China.
Fools. Any country that will offer you money to do any sort of winter sport, Tom. Make money off of winter sport. I wouldn't even think it would be possible. But here, this little girl, true American.
Also, for a gold medal that really no one cares about, right?
Well, here's the thing too.
Except for the person
Have you
winning.
seen the price of gold lately, Tom?
She got some shit because this a reporter. See, they're kind of, I think they're sort of unfairly treating her in the media because she made the decision to do that, and those are the reporters actively showing their displeasure in her decision because they asked her something like, I think she got 2 silver medals instead of gold. She's still the most decorated skier of all time. And they're like, do you look at that as like 2 silver medals? It's kind of like you just 2 missed golds, right? And it was kind of like a shitty way of saying it.
Well, I think
And then-
she's going to discover that one of the best things about having money, having $6 million at your disposal, and probably a number of free days after the Olympics are done, is you will be able to hunt these reporters down and make their lives miserable very easily and very economically. It's surprisingly cheap when you get
There
down
you
to
go.
it, especially
There you go.
reporters.
Now
I'm glad
she-
we have Ram here to talk about this.
I wonder if she's going to be able to come back to the United States and then business as usual.
No, she's already said she's like just from 2022 until now, she's had death threats before and people getting really mad at her. So this $6 million really means a lot to her.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
it means a
obviously,
lot to
does.
everybody.
I mean, obviously, she feels like that is the more important thing is the representation for her mom and the $6 million, right?
Would you move to China for $6 million?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, I wasn't asking you. Ram.
So fast,
I was
so
asking
fast that
Dan.
blew his goddamn top hat
I
off.
have a number of boats there I could move into today. No problem.
mean,
Yeah,
I-
they got a lot of ocean over there.
oh,
dude.
so much shoreline.
I really am trying to answer this honestly because I think that is the right number to make most people consider it.
Have
right?
you seen Jaden
Yeah.
Smith in The Karate Kid? They moved there with no money, and they were fine.
Like, I'm 49, getting my hip replaced tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can I smooth sail for the next 15 to 20 years based on
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this
$6
way.
million?
Imagine living here in America with $6 million. All the stuff you were going to buy here in America with that money is being made in China. You can get it there way cheaper. It's going to go a lot further.
Ram,
Everything.
Everything.
do
Yes, sir.
you think, not to get serious, but do you think most people are short-sighted when they go, absolutely not, I would never do that. I'm an American. I have to represent America.
Absolutely. They're probably what's your main concern? Oh, I'm not going to know the language. I'm not going to be able to communicate with everybody. Guess what speaks for you? A big wad of money.
He's not wrong there.
It's the same in every language.
Yeah.
Big wad of money is the same in every
It worked
language.
for my dad in almost every deal he took me that I had no business going on. Why did dads do that in the 80s? Where they would take their young boys with them on Craigslist deals.
Yeah.
Well, they would become Craigslist. There was no Craigslist. But it was a Craigslist deal of the day.
And now more than ever, you could, for a lot of money, go live somewhere and not interact with anybody.
Oh, there's tons of people without extradition clauses where you could live like a king.
And you could just interact with people on the internet and you'd be fine. You have all the resources.
Are we finding more of that now than ever? People that are willing to do things that we don't, or has this always been the case? It's just amplified because of social media. Well, we're finding people that we think you're doing something purely for money. Why would you do that? You see it a lot on social media. Influencers doing shit they shouldn't be doing. Why are they doing it? They're doing it for money.
Yeah,
the answer
I mean,
is
that's
always money. My
Yeah.
wife said that this
The
morning when
oldest-
she was reading the article. She's like, of course, this whole thing is only about money. It's not even really about politics or anything else. It's like $6 million. That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
I got news for you. Everything's about money, Dan. Every news article you're reading, everything that happens in your daily life, every single thing is about money at the end of the day.
Now, Ram, what's your take? Let's say you went to the Winter Olympics. Let's
What
just
sport?
be honest.
What sport?
Oh, I'm going as an athlete because, of course, I do have a box for every event if I do care to go watch.
Wow.
I want to be there on hand to try to buy those gold and silver and even bronze medals immediately after they're won because they're only going to go up in price from there. So I just go with a big suitcase full of cash.
Are all the gold medals or any of the medals, is there some sort of standard each year, or I know there's probably some stamp about what year it is.
I believe it's a Swiss company that makes them, and I think it's an alloy at this point. They don't give you like a big wad of gold
Yep,
anymore.
yeah.
But I think there was a certain point, like in the 1920s, where they gave you what would now be millions of dollars worth of gold on a silk string.
The big complaint this year is the ribbon.
Oh, yeah.
The ribbon on the medal is so as soon as they put it on their neck, people are like excited and jumping up and down and instantly breaking and like falling and they're losing
they're
them.
cheap?
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah, I got
Really
news for you. If society collapses, you can't trade a ribbon for no meat.
Yeah.
Don't even worry.
Oddly enough, the medals were made in China. There you go. Where the people are treated wonderfully. That's the thing that most people are angry about, right? Like, how could you take the $6 million and promote a country that treats their own people this poorly? What say you? And then people just put their hands up if you're that person and be like, I'm just looking out for me.
Yeah. Like, I didn't put this out there, but I want to do this on the down low.
yeah, I just wanted to take their money and ski for China quietly.
Yeah, I want money just like you. And they're like, oh, okay. right. All right, so the second story, and Ram can sit in for this one
I'm glad
too.
he's here. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Because it does
we
have.
know you're very busy.
This has to do with precious stones, which is not metal. But
What do you think about stones compared to gold?
Yeah, they're absolutely worthless, but people can be tricked into buying them, so I am interested.
Trickery of stones.
Oh, yeah,
that might be the
absolutely.
name of the show. Is the trickery of stones?
So I'm watching something
If you
on.
just collect all of a certain stone and tell everybody that there's not that many of them, you can sell them for a pretty good profit. People are dumb.
De Beers. Yeah, I've heard that.
So this is about curling, and by the way, every 4 years I don't need to see more stories about curling. Like
So you're done with curling?
I'm 44 at this point. Like I'm not like it doesn't fascinate me anymore. I'm not like, oh, curling, fun.
Well, Tom, let's apply basic economic principles to it. Curling, hard, heavy, loud. Is it hard?
Yes.
Is it heavy?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
No.
Not money.
That's
what's up with curling.
Yeah. There's a controversy in this year's curling where was it a Canadian. What was the team?
It was
Yeah, it's
Canadian,
Canadian
versus, I believe, France.
Okay, and who?
Sweden.
Who was the person that was finger pushing the thing? Was it the Canadian?
Okay, the
That
Swedish
guy's called the Stone Finger.
a Swedish team accused a Canadian curler of cheating by touching the stone after releasing. It's called double touching. The tiny finger contact spiraled into yelling, video debates, rule confusion, and officials changing how the sport is monitored. During the Canada-Sweden match, Mark Kennedy touched the stone again after releasing it, and that is illegal.
Yes. So, and then I saw they slow-mode the video. A bunch of they put it to music on TikTok, and you see him touching.
Certainly looks like that stone is touching the line while his finger is touching the stone.
Yes. And so I got two questions for you. How is this any sort of advantage, right? Like, how is this cheating? One.
Well, you're like a second touch, as delicate as those things are moving, it's
so
millimeters.
is he making an adjustment?
Yes, it's millimeters at that point. It's no different than, when you're talking about like how all wide receivers in the NFL are only like 1 millimeter away from each other. It's literally that.
And more importantly, at the Olympic level, if you don't know the rules and you're breaking a rule, you're a fucking idiot. And you should be penalized.
I love the way you say fucking, Ram. It's the best.
So,
fucking idiot.
because I want to, because when I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I understand the rule, but is he able
Yes.
to manipulate it in his advantage? You say
100%.
yes, but
Yeah.
it seems impossible.
No.
That little touch is making any sort of a difference.
No, you're discounting something that there's a rule for. Why would you
I
discount?
know.
There's a reason there's a rule. For the reason there's a rule
Correct.
is because more than one touch will apply more force to whatever force to whatever
And
he's
even
doing.
if he found a way to do this without affecting it in any way, he's still breaking a rule, and rules are rules. And if we don't have rules, poor people are going to end up rich like everybody else. It's going to be
You're right,
fucking.
you're right.
That's an
it's gonna
excellent
be a fucking madhouse.
So,
fucking poor people.
not to keep going back to my one-wheel bike lane.
No, you're allowed. This is the third time, though. I will say that after this, we will start monitoring.
But it's a rule to keep out two-stroke dirt bikes, like in my analogy with the one-wheel bike lane. The fact that like the rule was for loud engine, like actual like motorcycles and stuff, not for like quiet one wheels. Like in that, by that I mean is a rule because like you let go and then you forcefully slap it or touch it in some way that of course it makes a difference because you like didn't push it hard enough and you like full hand push it.
Well, but if it's one touch, why can't you get past that? Why cannot? No, you're not allowed to touch it more than one time.
But is he?
No, it doesn't matter. One touch is all you get. Did you touch it once? How many times did you touch it? I'm just asking you.
What if I just laid my tongue on the top?
No. Oh, I'll kick you out of here for fucking tonguing my my rock. my stone.
What if scientifically you could prove that the touch made no difference?
Doesn't matter.
With
It's still two touches.
That's what I'm saying, like-
No, it's still two touches. Science doesn't matter
What
in
if you
this. How
slap
many
the-
touches?
Stone at the line, finger on the stone. You're breaking the rule.
Do you do this with your
Go
wife and
to-
kids? Because this would be maddening,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
why?
But
why?
it shouldn't matter that if it actually
No,
does
it
make
shouldn't
a
matter
difference.
that you're breaking the rules. Number one, we shouldn't even get into science. What are the rules? If you can follow the rules, then maybe we can get to science. But we're not even there yet. You're not following the rules.
But it's kind of like marijuana, like having marijuana in your system while you play the NFL or so before it was banned, right? Or like before they loosened restrictions. Like yes, you get you're penalized for that having THC in your system, but also that is not a performance enhancing drug that is actually helping you win or giving you any sort of advantage over anybody else.
According to you, they changed the rule to reflect that fact. Now the rules of curling is if that stone sits in the fucking line and your finger sits in the fucking stone, you're breaking the fucking rule, and they haven't rescinded that rule. So evidence seems to suggest that Dan's right, that there is some sort of effect, and therefore that guy should go to fucking Olympic jail.
I agree. He did break the rule, and yes, by the letter of the rule. My only question is, and I have to talk
you
to
go
a
on intent, though, right?
curling expert.
But you're an intent guy.
What
What was his intent? His intent was to touch it again to not make a mistake.
And
based on that, he broke the rules.
But based on the fact that he was arguing so much, I'm thinking that it's just some weird tick.
What
that
was
he
his
always,
argument, though, Tom? Did you listen to the full video? What was his argument?
He never
His
listens to the full
argument was
video.
that I didn't do what you're accusing me of. You're accusing me of a rules violation that I didn't do. Turns out he did do it. So he doesn't have a fucking leg to fucking stand on.
No, yeah, but I
Much less a broom to broom some goddamn eyes.
You don't have a broom to broom on.
And this may be a defending the monster, but if his argument is like, hey, you're accusing me of manipulating the curling stone to give me an advantage.
Nope. They accused him of touching it at
Yeah.
the line. They said you touched it at the line. He said, I didn't fucking do that.
Yeah, you're arguing the wrong thing.
But you are arguing the wrong thing because the Book of Revelation states that one of the seven signs of the seventh seal is a Canadian man getting angry on public TV. That is a sign of the apocalypse, people.
I did find that to be very odd. That's a funny joke too, because it's like who? And it was, isn't it the Swedes and the Canadians, right? It was like the two most calm people, like the two calmest nations in the world.
It's
were
like
arguing.
milk fighting Wonder Bread.
Yeah. You know, this is the problem with when I talk to my wife, because the fascination
that she can beat you in an argument quite easily.
Because I'm only obsessed with, did his finger make a difference? And that's I can't get beyond it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter what the rule is or whatever. I'm like, could that have an effect on it and given him an advantage?
Well, it absolutely could.
Yeah.
Or
And that is what I'm fascinated about, is like that little finger punch could actually make this fucking stone have like. How long is the shit?
Well,
it's like 75 foot long.
But
It's
it
long
should
as
make
hell.
you feel better that if you don't believe that the finger poke does anything, then do you believe the broom does anything? Because that looks dumb as fuck.
No, but the physics behind the broom 100% makes sense.
But you don't believe in the physics of the energy in the finger touching it again gives that more energy?
It doesn't seem strong enough at all.
No,
to
but
affect
you're
anything.
discounting micro, like tiny. You're acting as if him touching it has no force at all. You're a science guy. You know that's not true.
But the force seems so little because
no. It's force. Is it force?
Yeah. It's just
then as a science guy, you should be forced to say, yes, as a science guy, any force is force.
According to math.
Yes, according to math, any force is force. It's not just it wasn't enough force. It doesn't matter. There's force there. It changes it.
But you're not curious about that? That doesn't mean like, well,
I'll give you one further, Tom. Let's say that he was actively fucking up his shot by touching it after the line. Let's say he got in his own goddamn way and messed up his shot. It's still a rules violation.
it's just like,
even if he's doing the opposite of what you think he's doing, he's improving, he's negating.
Yeah,
it's
like
still
the chat
a rules
room
violation.
says, Tom only lives in absolutes. It was either 100% force or no force at all. There's no such thing as.
No, I agree. It's a tiny, minute amount of force.
So is that allowed? That's all you need to say.
It's not allowed.
So
By
is
the
a
way,
second force
Manute
allowed?
Bull,
Okay.
one of the largest men alive.
Then you talked it out.
No. But I'm still, the curiosity is, could he,
Yes.
is he having an advantage? Like if he didn't do that,
Yes, a second touch is an advantage. That makes you sound really dumb when you can't find that out.
No. Well, it makes perfect sense to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm the R word.
Well, no, I
don't.
don't. Maybe we don't understand what you're saying.
I'm glad he finally said it.
Fuck you, Ram. I thought
That's
you were on
never
my
been
side.
said on the show.
I'm
Fuck
on
you,
money.
Ram has never been said.
I'm on money side. No, on your side. Anything about money, tiny little force doesn't matter.
But I don't think I understand what you're trying to say. Are you saying that it's possible for him to touch that thing with zero force? Because I don't believe in that.
No.
Every touch has force behind it.
What I'm saying is his intent to have a micro change in the rock.
Of course. Why would you touch it twice?
Because it could just be a weird thing that he's always done that is like,
if you have a seizure while you're surfing, you don't finish riding the wave. That's just part of it.
Okay, it would be like a baseball player. You remember how they do, like they go up and they tap their helmet and tap their feet and they have this
rituals,
this superstitious
rituals,
ritual, right? And so and then they outlawed that. And then say a baseball player came up and then started doing his ritual.
Yeah, you're ejected.
And then he was like, you're ejected. And then I'll be like, well, that's not helping him.
Well, but he didn't follow the rules. He was supposed to get that out of his system. So he's not good enough to be there.
Let me ask you your own question.
You're too nice to people, man. You're lenient on people.
I just want to know if it's actually.
Rules are rules. You touch it twice, get the fuck out.
Is he cheating?
Let me ask you your own question back, and let's see how it sounds to you, Tom. No, because this is okay.
I hate my question.
Yeah, imagine after asking it about 600 times in a row, you probably would get tired of it. we have here an Olympian performing at the highest level, trying to achieve mankind's greatest goal, winning some gold for free.
Okay,
You
that's
don't
fair.
think that he has, with every little bit of his body, every single bit of him is focused in the intent of making that thing do exactly what he wants it to do. With every single touch and action of his body is not focused to that. You think he's just like a doinking the little stone just for a little bit of lucky luck on the way out with no effect at all. I would maintain his whole entire body is aimed towards that intent of winning free gold.
I know his intent is to.
As long as he's touching it, he's trying to affect the outcome. Is my point.
Well, I thought it was maybe a superstitious thing that this guy's always done, and then
And now I'll put a little leprechaun juice on it.
and then that's why he was arguing so much, because he obviously knows he touched it. He's on video a million times touching it.
He said, "quote I didn't touch it. Show me video after the
And they
match."
did.
He was in fucking la la
But
land.
They did bring him video immediately.
But maybe even like, that's just superstition. Like it's not actually
what?
affecting.
Hold fast. Don't ever let go. You never
But maybe
let
I'm
go.
wrong, because it's more impressive that with one little punk, he can have some sort of effect on that stone 75-foot sliding down the ice.
Well,
It
it's
is-
microspins too. Like even just a little bit, I think sometimes even these guys can do who's the guy that got into trouble on all of the old 60s and 70s late night shows, he would go on and pretend to move the book pages.
Yeah,
Uri Geller, was that who it was?
correct. Yeah.
Oh, but he would use a
It could bend
a
spoons
stream of
with his
air.
quote-unquote
I believe
mind.
that at this level, when you're looking for edges, that some of these I wouldn't put it past people huffing and puffing trying to blow that thing to get little micro extra.
but
It
that's
is kind
what
of
I-
impressive that the Pope of Math is defending superstitions, though. That's a
Well, no,
He's an
well,
interesting cat.
That's the more interesting thing that I want to talk about, is like someone being like, oh yeah, when you go and make your curling like try and you release it, right? Sometimes when you release it, you're like, I could tell by doing this a million times that it is one micro piece of energy
This
away.
is all real. You're right.
No,
This
no,
happens. Yes.
and then once I realize that, I can use my finger and stop it a tiny bit, and then that to me, that I'm like, oh shit, that's cool.
No, 100% those guys can do that.
The fact that he broke a rule, whatever, like that, none of this means nothing. It's just like you can manipulate.
Do you
that
think
stuff.
they just took 100 random curlers and picked numbers and then drew lots and then made them the Olympic curling team? Or do you think they picked the best fucking curlers who can do that?
It just doesn't seem like that little touch could do anything. Anyway,
We got it.
Yeah, but you're right. Second thing about curling
There's another fucking curling thing.
is
We got a lot on curling.
This is
we have
more
8 things on curling, Ram.
This is more interesting than the touch. Is that
It would almost have to be.
You got the tub.
anything is So I found out the other day that all the Olympic curling stones
I didn't know this.
come from one island off of Scotland, and all the granite that
I
they
didn't know
make
that.
and it's all only like in every Olympics off of this one tiny island off of Scotland that produces this bizarre kind of granite that's stronger and more water resistant than any other granite around the world, and it all comes from this one island, and that's weird.
Well, I got news for you, Tom. That fact exists because I happen to have bought all the other granite quarries in the world that can produce this type of stone, and I only allow the Olympic Committee to know about that one quarry.
Okay,
I charge them a fucking fortune for those stones, dude.
Okay, yeah. So you
I told you,
on
make
that.
a stone rare enough, you can charge a fucking fortune to a bunch of idiots for it, and there's no dumber idiots than the Olympic Committee.
You did tell us that.
So
that is true.
this is like the mud they rub on baseballs, only comes from this one creek. We've all seen the goddamn story from the guy. He brings a person
The
blindfolded.
hillbilly who talks about his dad finding this river spot.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm always astounded by it because I'm like, there's some other mud that's like this fucking mud.
There's another one. There's a bunch of these. There's one that my wife toured in France where they make this special soap, and you can only get that soap there, and it has the magical powers. And then also there's a QVC one where it's a pumice, like a clay
Yeah.
that you get in a jar, and you can use it to clean your counters. And they're like, oh, it only comes from this one Italian cave, and you can only get it there, and that's the only place, and it's only being sold here, and it's the only place you can get it. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know what's the difference between that is, like, Major League Baseball has said, you know what, this guy's right. And so many, because I'm
Well,
sure
it builds the lore, I feel like. I feel like they're leaning in Because
Are they doing it on purpose?
Okay, I do it. Okay, it's twofold. I think yes. I think whatever mud they're using does do what they need it to do. But I also think they amplify the legend of said mud by making it super rare and talking about it and doing behind the scenes videos.
It's better for marketing.
It is better for marketing. It's a better story.
I happen to have looked into this, and I can just let you guys know it is a case of that Major League Baseball has just done an investigation, and this mud is literally everywhere. But this one hillbilly is the cheapest way to get it. And that's just simple facts. That's just simple.
Okay, all right.
This
He's really
hillbilly
stupid
will
and
truck
works
them a
hard.
bunch of baseballs out to this riverbank for pennies on the dollar. It is fucking cheap.
Yeah, because the granite stones, going back to like what Ram's saying, like I'm sure they do charge a lot because it's only coming from this one island. But so that tells me like maybe they do react differently than other granite stones.
I'm sure they
But do
tested
they?
it, right? Like if
Yeah.
I wanted to get into curling and I go up to the Maitland RDV,
Yeah.
right? You know, in that area, and I get myself, I go online and buy my curling setup, right? Am I buying the ones from the island, or am I buying some other Bobo beginner
You're
stones?
buying the Bobos. Yeah.
But do they run
you could
different?
you could buy Olympic curling set, but that probably is insane amount of money.
But not to sound like you, but if you got the Olympic set and I got the other set, and we have robots send them with the same force at the same
Yeah,
time,
well, yeah.
now that I'll give you.
Well, that's what
that one I'll give you.
Can
'Cause I
you
don't think
measure the one granite over the other. But I'm
Disagree. I feel like lab-grown granite is just not the same.
Well, now you got me
Chemically.
thinking, like, is the granite from this island more dense? Is the granite from this island more
that's
porous?
That's what they're saying. It's more water resistant and it has a different bounce to it or whatever.
So, like, all rock has holes in it, right? And is airy.
Yeah.
So I would imagine this is a denter and tighter. We have a phone
yeah,
call.
more water resistant.
Oh, not that guy. Let's see. Hey, thanks for calling Tom and Dan. Who's this?
Hey, it's the Berry Joe.
Hey, buddy. Good. You are now Charleston Joe now. Hello, Charleston Joe. How are you?
I'm good. I left a voicemail, but I was just going to call in and tell you all about the curling stones. But yeah, they all come from, it's called Elsa Craig. It's really just like a rock sticking up out of the ocean. It was created by a volcanic plug. It's kind of weird, but they like it because it has a tighter grain structure. The stones are actually surprisingly only $600 each, but you need a set of 12 if you really want like a full set.
Yeah, they're like
but
golf clubs.
To
Almost.
bury Joe, that stone cost my miners 6 cents to get out of the ground. I'm making a killing on them things.
Yeah. Now,
Well, that's capitalism, Ram.
do you think, Joe
Joe
that
plays along.
there's some granite somewhere else that's so close to this that it could do? Or do they do this only because of the marketing allure of it, similar to the baseball mud?
It is a really, really rare geological formation that, like, the way that island was created was actually, like, it is pretty specific, but it's not the only one. It's just probably the easy one.
Just to give you guys an example, there are certain parts of Australia where children are just literally digging these stones out of the ground with their hands, but I artificially restrict the supply of them so it appears there's not enough.
Now, I'm not to sound like Tom here, but we do this a lot. But we could engineer this stone, no doubt, easily.
Yeah, it's like a diamond. You can make a diamond exactly like an Earth-made
Well,
diamond.
So another part of curling I found out is it's considered like the original gentleman's sport, and there's a lot of tradition. I know Tom loves tradition. They're big tied into tradition on that. So for sure we could make it, but like, it's stuck in their ways.
Joe, back to the most important point. Do you think that tiny finger poke could make a difference?
Yes, one day, you know what? It may not have made a difference this match, but one day that tiny finger poke would make a difference, so they have to have the rule.
No, Tom's. I figured out Tom. Tom thinks that if this man just touched it and it didn't do anything, and we can prove that he should be allowed to do it because, hey, man, it's just a tick. He just did it because he was trying to his hardest, and his intent was not to cheat.
He smoked a joint a
I'm
couple
not
weeks
gonna
ago. He's playing in the
participate
NFL.
I'm not participating in the Drunky the Bears logic looping anymore.
He gets mad.
You guys
He
have a
gets
good
real
day.
mad at you. Yeah, all right,
Get out of here, Joe.
But you do get credit for presenting the 501st answer to his question.
Listen, I know.
Just see the people
I'm
in the chat
sorry.
room. They're like, God damn it.
Boys,
Fuck
time,
you.
time is money, and I'm out of money to spend with you. I'm mainly here to talk about this boat ride.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That'll be a good thing to finish on, and we'll take a break.
All right, March 31st, please join me out in Port Canaveral. We're going to go on the Victory Casino Cruise for the inaugural Ram Davesy Boat Gambling Invitational, I believe is what we're calling it.
Ram Davesy Boat Gambling Invitational.
That's correct. No, you're invited. You're invited. As of right, you can hear the sound of my voice. You're invited. Brought to you by Mo DeWitt, DeWitt Law Firm, Engine on the Go, just call Mo. Brought to you by Pyro Spot / Elite Vintage Apparel. They get a twofer. Look your best on the sky and in the ground. No, wait, the other way around. Pyro Spot and Elite Vintage Apparel. And Todd Burney and the Marshall Bone Construction, built by Bone. Better be.
All right.
That's the new slogan.
like
The freebie slogan.
Coming.
Yeah, you got to talk to my boy for this. That boy Ross McCoy. Get in touch with him either on social media. You can email him elross@hotmail.com. You got to pay him $25 to get on board. That will also get you on board. It will get you a meal. It'll get you dessert. Get you a drink voucher. Get you free drinks while you're gambling, and $20 in qualified slot play. You just got to play a little bit of slots, then you get $20.
All right.
Oh,
okay,
my God.
all
You
right.
blew your hat off with that deal. A deal so good, it blew Ram's hat off.
I was trying to keep that deal under my hat. It's out now.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that thing-
hit up Ross. Get on board that boat on March 21st for the day sailing. We'll see you there.
That's a damn good deal for $25.
Ram
Yeah,
Dave's
yeah,
in.
Yeah, a meal, a dessert, and credit on the boat.
Can you tell the captain you don't have to go all the way out? Just go.
Just idle. Just idle near the dock. Just go.
Yeah, just you can just start gambling here.
I like to I slip the captain 100 on the way out, and I tell him, hey, bring it in just where it's illegal. I like that
Yeah,
extra.
okay.
Feels better.
That gives me a
Feels
little
better.
bit extra.
Like no
Yeah.
condom gambling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're 25 yards on the other side of the border, and and you
Absolutely.
tell everybody right now you're doing something illegal.
And even on a
How do
normal
you
day,
feel?
even on a normal day, they turn on video poker pretty much the second that the boat leaves docks.
He knows.
Hey, is there any sort of enforcement whatsoever?
Yeah, there's all kinds of enforcement, I'm sure. There's probably, all kinds of illegal gambling at sea enforcement, I bet.
What's your email again?
elross@hotmail.com. Hit him up. Or, if you follow him on social media, a lot of you motherfuckers have his text. Just text him.
Call him up.
And I'm supposed to tell you guys that Chef Ed is trying to make tater tots happen. It's never happened before in the history of Victory Casino Cruise, but he is trying to, for whatever reason, trying to make tater tots. By request, make tater tots happen on a boat.
Kudos to our buddy Chef Ed for working
that
his
hard.
ass off for the meals on the casino boat.
Hey, this is Ross. I follow Victory Casino Cruise on Instagram, and one of the main things they do on social media is show his meal of the day, and
They're really good.
5 out of 7 days of the week, it's a fucking banger of a meal. Every once in a while, you get a chicken salad sandwich in there, and it's no big deal. You got to fucking pad a couple of the week out, but 5 days out of 7, he's putting some really cool food on the plate. Yeah.
He's putting a lot of effort into the meals that go there. It's really cool to see.
And I'll be honest, the chicken salad sandwich is pretty good too. I've had a number of them.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. This guy's addicted to gambling. He's eating only chicken salad sandwiches and gambling his life away.
Yeah, if I was a chef there, I would not try it. I'll just tell you. That's the Tom Van chef method. I'll be like,
wait, what are we doing? Casino boat? I'm not trying.
I'm getting Wawa subs on the way here.
You know how
I'll cut him into quarters.
That's what I do on boat rides.
his prep area is below the water line.
Oh, really?
That's a fun fact, right?
That is
weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh man, when the water starts coming through, it's like, oh, I'm on the ground.
The name of the artist is Wyatt Waddell. The name of the song is Love is a Game. We'll be right back with more Mediocre Time right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN show at TomandDan.com for your last minute emails. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Ross McCoy's here.
Where'd Ram go?
He had a boat to catch, he said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Guy's fast.
And
Very,
it was
very
weird,
fast.
like a truck pulling a boat came by. He just jumped in the boat. It was really weird.
I've seen him do that. I have seen him do that.
You know, I've always wanted to travel in my boat
Me
while
too.
it gets towed.
Dude, BoJack Horseman. It's classic BoJack Horseman.
One of my favorite, that's an underrated show that a lot of people don't know about.
So good, but it goes so dark.
You got me on it. It does go very dark. Then it becomes less fun to watch. It really does.
It absolutely does.
One of the best time. You just gave me a memory. One of the greatest moments of my life was sitting in your boat while it was parked, stranded side of the road, winging my Subway sub that was too mushy into the fighting with my wife. I love sitting on your boat on the side of the road.
Dude, the Subway thing happened next to a broken down boat. That adds so much flavor to it. I had no idea.
Hey, chilling in your boat while it's trailered is called a lethal weapon. And I learned it from old Smoky Tooth. Mel Gibson.
Sugar tip.
Because when you're
Not to be confused with the Lethal Weapon 2, where you can't get off the toilet or it'll explode.
Or was it Danny Glover's boat? I think it was Danny Glover. He used to just hang out in his boat in his front yard and drink beer with
You think Danny Glover was like, I knew he was racist? You think so?
Well,
Or were they
yeah,
buddies? 'Cause
yeah.
they were convincing buddies, right?
Yes.
As a kid, when
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched that,
sure.
and I shouldn't have been watching those movies, I watched them with my dad because that's what you did then. I don't know if young boys like action movies with their dad. I don't think that's really a thing anymore. Not like what we had. But I watched that movie with my dad, and I remember thinking, these aren't actors. These motherfuckers are best friends. I know it.
You know, the
It was good acting, man.
Absolutely.
It was. Danny Glover was. I like Danny Glover in that Predator
They had
movie.
chemistry.
I recently watched Speed because I did Who's the Baddie on Speed.
What'd you think?
We're gonna play that on an upcoming ACT, but check out Who's the Baddie's podcast. The episode's not out yet, but
Well,
it
just
will
wait
be.
for our ACT. Don't go listen to their show.
Yeah.
That's what I would
We're
say.
taking
Yeah,
their
yeah.
value and putting it
Yeah,
on.
this got a China scenario. It's a China scenario.
Oh, no.
China.
Well, make everything. But when I had to watch it again because I hadn't watched it in 20 years, so I was watching it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this with my sons. They couldn't get through the goddamn opening credits.
I imagine
Well,
that's a boring movie to a kid.
Yes,
But it's
Yeah.
called Speed.
I understand that.
It's
Yeah.
fast.
But in 1993 or whatever the fuck it was made, we had a different attention span, and action movies were slow builds.
No matter what, Speed 2. Wait, Speed is Sandra Bullock?
she was on
She's
Speed
in
too.
both of them.
She's in both of them?
Keanu did not make it to the boat.
No matter what, in both movies, I have concocted an incorrect, false narrative of history in my brain that I need to fuck her to get the bus to stop. So I have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
Well, as
Speed
a
is
young
about
boy,
anymore.
when you watched it,
Yeah.
that's what you wanted to happen.
Yes, this guy knows. It's the only reason we're in business together, because when we get down into our horny minds and line them up side by side, they're an exact fingerprint match.
Yeah.
Exact fingerprint
I'd be
match.
doing it on the thing that you're sliding out of the bus at the end. Be like, I'm up on top of her.
Where the luggage goes.
Yeah.
You know that little area on the front to the left where the luggage goes? You prop her
yeah,
up
yeah.
on that. You know, I've never fucked a girl on a counter. Not even one time.
Well, you know.
Too small.
Yeah, I
you
was
can say it.
about-
You can say it.
Yeah.
I don't fuck in
Yeah.
showers because I'm too short to
yeah.
fuck in showers.
Yeah, Shaq has never gone through a dog door either.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
All right, let's do an email.
You know what? If we were morning radio, I would pull that for the promo and I'd go home early.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
pull that for the
absolutely.
fucking promo and you're like, it's Friday, everybody. Coors Light's on me, and I'll meet you at Wing House.
Yeah, well,
Listen to Tom and Dan
Shaq's never gone through a dog door either.
in the morning. If you miss Tom and Dan, you miss this.
Shaquille O'Neal's never gone through a doggy door either.
You might get one funny joke in 4.5 hours. That's what we're promoting.
But in reality,
This is the best part of 5 hours is this.
Small.
well,
What if it said what they wanted to really say? Remember, I think they had commercials back in the day that were like, what if the commercial told you what they're trying to tell you between the lines?
otherwise the commercial would be,
If you miss Tom and Dan, you miss
does his finger really affect it that much?
in the morning.
And he says it over and over. All right. Let's do an
Enough
email.
of that. Fuck
Let's do
that.
an email.
All right. Hold on. Let me get my emails.
There's
I
that
got 'em.
guy that's been waiting to be interviewed like for a long time. If
it's
you want
good.
to talk to him.
Oh, there's a new guy. You got it. You got it.
I did tell someone last second to show up.
Who'd you tell?
It was a guy.
Oh, no. Is this one of your pain pill handyman?
No.
Did you get
I
rid
got out of that game.
Did you
There's
get-
no more pain pills. They all got clean.
Well, what do handyman...
Well, not really, but they got to. They went to alcohol and kratom and shit.
At least I'm selling it.
Oh,
Weed.
I pay my handyman in Suboxone.
They.
Is that too serious? Did I get too serious for everybody? I give him Suboxone.
I know you're
He does
handyman.
great work.
And you give a little capful.
That's more where that comes from when you get these baseboards done, motherfucker.
It's on the palm of cap.
Isn't it true you're doing the hip surgery just to get the drugs to pay for your kitchen remodel?
I told you not to talk about that. You didn't even do it in Ram voice.
It's just that, Tom, it costs extra to get a counter low enough for him to fuck on.
In the morning.
All right, this is from our buddy Ryan. Hi, show. This is mostly a Tom question, but I wanted to get your opinion on Facebook Marketplace allowing users to react to listings. You can leave a thumbs up, a heart, and all those other reactions on Marketplace postings now. I don't know why they allow this, but I love it. I sold a guitar to a guy a year and a half ago, and I noticed he was trying to flip it a month later. A month later after I sold it to him. This was not a rare or expensive guitar by any means, just a $250 Chinese guitar. I sold him for $200. He listed it for $500 and has steadily dropped the price until he's pretty much asking what I sold it to him for. I left him a laughing emoji for his troubles.
Oh.
When I'm shopping for used garbage and see someone obviously trying to flip or scrap something for profit, I leave them a laughing emoji. It takes me a tenth of a second and it feels like vigilante justice. I've never been a fan of flippers or scalpers. Has Tom had an experience with Marketplace reactions yet? Signed, our buddy Ryan.
Wow.
I did not know this was a thing with Marketplace reactions. I didn't know.
Me neither. I'm on there more now because of you, and I am on there more now because of my pedal steel guitar hunt, and because I'm back into music pretty heavily, drums, and collecting equipment again actively.
But once I sell someone my garbage, I don't want anymore.
I was going to say.
I do not care what they do with it.
You don't monitor them. Like,
I do not care if they resell it for 10 times what I sold it for. You know, like, I guess I would, but
But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So it's like whatever they do with it makes no difference.
Yeah.
So I'd never know.
Yeah, they're just living the hell that you went through selling it to them.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody re-gift somebody that you gave them? Kind of going in the same vein. Have you ever seen something, whereas you're not a very emotional person, so I don't think it would really move the needle for you, but you would notice it. You'd just be like, oh.
I do. I know.
And if I did it, please don't call me out on the show.
No, I notice it, and what I don't care at all, but I do care that they did it right in front of me without caring that thinking that I would care. If that makes sense.
So you want them to pull you aside and be like, hey, just so you know, I'm regifting something. That wouldn't insult your intelligence.
Like okay, for instance, and I think this is misunderstanding, but one time we were at Tommy's swim class. Tommy and Max took like swim lessons one year, and they quit.
One time. They took it one time, they quit.
If they can flail their way out of a pond, they're done.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. They don't like it. They didn't like it, so we took them out of it.
There you go. They're not going to fall in the pond. Kid doesn't like water. He's not going to fall in the pond. Case closed.
It wasn't swim lessons. It was more of like swimming class where you're learning strokes. Like
it was Michael Jordan's butt swimming. Everybody knows.
And
Michael Jordan's butt swimming.
A storm came through, and then everybody from the bleachers like ran off, because we're all like sheltering from the storm, whatever. And then from the chaos, like we left a camping chair, like that we had brought to sit in or whatever, because
and Max in the pool, but the camping chair.
Yeah. Well, the camping chair.
We're fine under the water. Rain can't hurt him. Anyway, so
you're already wet.
Is he gonna get wetter?
So
my dad loved the jokes like that.
We left the chair there, and then it was an old piece of shit chair we didn't care about, so it didn't matter, whatever. But then we came back.
So you're just trashing up the pool.
Saw a guy selling it for $10,000 on Facebook Marketplace a week later.
One of the other parents the next week was sitting in the chair that we left. And then me and Crystal were like, is that our chair?
This motherfucker stole our chair we left here as trash.
Yeah, we didn't care. Like, I didn't care that they...
Yeah, you just lodged the memory for 5 fucking years. Yeah, you certainly didn't care. It's just whatever it is going to be, it has to be the opposite no matter what. Yeah. And that's why that's so fucking funny to me. I love this guy. God, he's killing me today.
I was just astounded that person had the balls.
Had the balls
also to sit in a chair they found the week
How
before.
dare you sit in a chair?
Why?
It's weird, right?
It takes a lot of balls to sit in a trash chair I left here and forgot about for a week, you motherfucker.
No, but it's weird though that they found the
Is it,
chair
or are you
the week
weird?
before. No, but they must have been like, hey, this must have been someone's chair they left, and now I'm just sitting there with
It's
it's mine.
mine now.
Yeah, that's
They
what-
showed up. There was this unused piece of furniture that nobody cared about enough to put away.
Yes.
They had to sit. How dare you?
No, when it was the week out, they took it home and took it back the next week.
Don't you know whose chair this is? It was mine, but I
No,
threw it out.
I don't care that they took it. I don't care at all. His old chair is fine. But I was just like, oh, it's weird that they were sitting in it now. They must have thought whoever left us there sitting is looking at me sitting in their chair.
Is it still there, you think?
I don't know. We never said. Me and Chris were just like, it's weird that they're just sitting in their armchair, right? Should we say it? I'm
Was
like,
she
don't say
tempted?
it.
Was she tempted to go up and be like, just so you know, we
Yo,
left this chair as trash last week?
I constantly tell Chris, like, shut the fuck up. You sit there. You're crazy. but I'm like, it is weird. That
Just
they
sit there, push that memory down, let it pay rent every day.
Andrea always does that with me when I'm getting involved in things. She's like, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just a weird thing. Anyway.
That's pretty weird. That's a weird one. I flagged that as weird.
Florida's constitution is pretty clear about a couple of things. Stand your ground and finders, keepers, losers, reapers is very clearly outlined.
Yeah. Like, I understand. Like, I understand taking it. And they're like, someone left the chair. You know, like, first I'd be like, hey, maybe I should leave. I do think that.
What
like,
if they did take it and brought it back?
Right. And under the assumption we're going to bring it back, I'll be sitting in it, but whoever it is will come up at a certain point.
Right.
Hey, that's our chair.
Right.
Yeah, and they're
what
like,
if they've continued to bring it every time,
Yeah.
hoping that you'll find the
Yeah,
answer?
and they're like, no one's
Like
crazy
a
enough.
quantum leap for this chair.
They're probably thinking no one's crazy enough just to sit there and look at me every swim practice and then talk shit to your wife about how they're sitting in the chair.
And then when she says, do you want me to say something, tell her, shut the fuck up.
And then Scott Bakula turns to the mirror and says, I'm a folding chair.
And then they're paying rent on that memory every day.
Paying rent, baby.
All right, I got another email here. This is from our buddy Clay. Hello, Tom, Dan, and special guest of Hanging Around. Have you ever witnessed someone being on fire and do the stop, drop, and... I think this is a great question. Have you ever witnessed somebody being on fire and do the stop, drop, and roll method? I've only seen people intentionally get lit on fire and run towards the guy with the fire extinguisher or fire blanket.
I've seen it on crazy internet videos, but it never seems to work.
See,
It's always the friends patting you out
Yeah.
that works.
every crazy internet video I see is the guy on fire just running around until
Yes.
he finds a lake or something to jump into. They never stop, drop, and roll.
That recently happened.
saw that one, yeah.
Where, some teens were fucking around with fire and gasoline, and they threw gasoline, and then it lit his buddy on fire, and then he ran like a movie stuntman with his whole back on fire, and then he jumped in some lake, which... It's good that lake was there, because if not, that guy's fucking third-degree burns.
Yeah, the lake is a hero, truly.
I
think that's the reason why they were doing it. And the kid got arrested, too, which is like, holy shit.
Because the kid ended up in the hospital. I think he did have third degree.
Yeah,
burns.
real bad.
Yeah,
It's real bad.
burns.
But his intent was not. Let's let the record reflect. His intent was not to burn his friend to death.
We'll see, because some of this, I've seen a lot of speculation about this video. Some people think that it was because it was very clearly panned and everything.
Yeah.
Somebody was recording this incident, and so they were minimum recording this kid fucking around with gas. But the way the other kid kind of goes up like that,
Like it was a prank.
People think maybe he had some gas soaked into his clothes, and they were trying to make an internet video like, "Hey, catch yourself on fire! Just jump in the lake right here, right after. It'll all be good." Because he goes up like
Correct.
in fuego, like so quick.
There's more to the story that we're not getting.
Because they're trying to get a viral video out.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
some
yeah.
speculation.
Yeah.
that
I
was
mean,
out there.
I did this shit when I was a young boy. You
can speak on this 100%.
Like my buddy the Wizard set my hair on fire.
Did you guys use like gel or anything? Or?
No, just straight 2-stroke gasoline from my dirt bike.
I think the two-stroke make it worse because it make the
Oh, the
oil
oil.
in it make it burn slower.
Yeah. It was the worst. And I look back at this like, my God, I could have been like, it could have Freddy Kruegered my head.
You look remarkably handsome for someone that burned your hair like a helmet.
Yeah. It only burned like a probably like a fist size pink into my forehead, which all came back. It was like just the top layer.
Yeah, I still notice it. It's kind of disgusting that you have that discoloration.
And then all the
It's kind of a Harry Potter thing now that you mention it. Yeah.
all the skin off my left hand.
You're
was
a
burned.
hillbilly, Harry.
But and I did not stop, drop, and roll when I was on fire. Like,
Did you know? How did it feel? Did you feel it?
Oh yeah. Well, when he blew the fireball, it's not painful at first. I remember, and I was drunk, and 20 years old or whatever, 19 maybe. And
full of energy.
Yeah, when my head was
full testosterone.
I remember it got instantly hot, like searing hot in like 2 seconds, and I thought there was going to be more time where it was like a blue flame.
Yeah, you're I got forever.
You thought it was going to be
like you normally do, right? You put
it was worse back then. Yeah. And
I got hours.
So and then I blew the gas because I also had a mouthful of gas, and so when my hair was on fire,
it's insane that you didn't just blow up or something, right?
So fucking lucky.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And then I blew. It was the old Steve-O blow. He was blowing a fireball off my head, lighting my hand on fire. Then I blow a secondary fireball off my lit hand. But as soon as the fireball,
do you have video of this?
No video. yeah.
You weren't doing that. Like Andy wasn't trying. I'm being serious.
No. This was just to impress other teens at the party.
Got yourself a girl. I mean, that sealed the deal. No, I mean, let the record reflect. Yeah. He's with a very beautiful woman that gave him 2 beautiful children.
That was the first time Crystal ever saw me take a shower. Nude.
Oh my god. With your burnt hair.
Yeah. Because I burnt head because I was like she was trying to wash all the dead skin fire off me.
Wonderful woman.
And she's like, "You're gonna have to go to the hospital." I'm like, "No, it was fine."
Now anything but the hospital, just like any gang member, right?
Yeah. I'm like, "No, it's fine." I then went to sleep, and then I remember my hand.
What did she wrap your head? What did you?
No wrapping. No, I just went to bed, and the dog hair, like a dog,
dirt and dog hair stuck to your, and you burned your hair out, right?
And then
what happened to your hair? Didn't it become like a crusty, hard?
I shaved it. It burned crusty, and then I flicked all the soot off, and then it kind of like went back to
I've
soft.
done that to my arm hairs before. Like,
I love burning my arm hairs and dusting them off.
Yeah, you can dust the burnt parts off.
Absolutely.
It's fun. It's satisfying to get that burnt hair off.
Yeah. So then I told my mom, of course, because
my God.
went to my grandma's
You should have
house.
seen it, Mom. It was so cool.
Yeah, I think this was a Christmas Eve because I went to my grandma's house.
Yeah, and that's traditional double fireball for Jesus on Christmas Eve. Yeah,
and then I had to tell the whole family that I was in a barbecue accident, and then my stepdad took me to the hospital.
Barbecue accident. We can pause a barbecue accident. A little love for barbecue accident, please. The thing that never happens. Name the last barbecue accident you know. Oh man, my friend really.
It doesn't burn you that. Like it's usually like it doesn't continue to burn your skin off.
Your hair off.
Yeah, barbecue accident burned mainly the back of your head. Either your whole family knew you were lying, or they thought you were mildly retarded for the rest of your life.
That's true.
Absolutely.
But if there was video of this, the wizard may have gone to jail because he is the one that set me on fire.
Yeah, just like that kid.
Yeah. And I also I third degree burned his legs one time. But
that was in the heat of passion.
Because I was blowing a fireball off his pubes at a party in Gainesville.
Couldn't stop. They were addicted to blowing fireballs off each other's pubes. How many years were you in your fireball pubes?
I set his legs on fire.
That's the problem with blowing fireballs off of pubes. You can't get some collateral leg damage.
People are like, how did Puff Daddy get to the point where he was having huge parties where he needed gallons of baby oil? It's like, how do you get to the point where you're blowing fire off your friend's pubes?
And then when he had third degree blister burns on his legs, I told people behind his back that he had herpes.
You're the good one.
Like the wizard's got big herpes on his legs.
Oh, it's all over him. My God.
It was either that or tell him you were blowing his pubes.
One more, or are we out of here?
By the way, I'm embarrassed that I did any of this. And I started looking back at the counterparts video.
Is it out of your sons? And what I mean by that is, do you believe that somewhere deep down in either one of them, because you had
Tommy will do anything for entertainment. He tells me, he's like, I'll do anything to make my friends laugh. I'm like, come on.
Should get him in here as our intern.
No. I'm like,
Panty Boy rides again.
I'm like, don't do that. Like, whatever. He's like, anything. I'm like, oh my God, he's got it. Yeah. So I got to keep him away from all this dumb shit.
Fair.
No, tell him all your stories of the past so that he can he'll look like a genius when he comes out with fire pubes. And his friends will be like, Tommy, where'd you come up with
That's what Mr.
that?
Beast is doing. He's just reinventing shit that's already been done. If Tommy launched fire pubes right now, most popular kid in school.
Absolutely.
No, because it's all been done. It was a rarity back in the 90s. In the late 90s,
They're staying away from the pube thing because they're not doing a lot of sex.
Dude, all of Shakespeare's plays are just rip-off of Greek tragedies, man. It's all a circle.
All been done.
They flooded the market with jackass-style stunts, and now it's not valuable anymore.
You see fire pubes on the internet all day, every day. No,
Hold
Tommy.
on. We didn't think of this. And this isn't being done, can't be done. You can do it. Nobody else can do this. Nobody's doing this.
What?
LeBron does this. Certain other sports stars do this. You have to have your sons blow fireballs off of you.
Him into the fold, yeah.
Nobody's doing father-son fireballs.
And certain people,
no one's doing that.
People will certainly be like, Tommy's only there because of he's only blown Tom's fireball because it's Tom's son. But like, let him develop. Let him develop on his own.
You know what? I have thought about it.
Have you thought about that for real?
I was like, this would be good content. If I can manufacture it so it's safe and all this stuff. But
those Costco guys really got you thinking.
But I haven't ever made a TikTok post. I made an account, but it's 0 posts because literally I'm like, what should I do?
Fireball.
I'm like, father son stunt.
Father-son fireballs. Start there. Well, maybe not fireballs is too advanced.
I'm afraid of
What
the
about
fire.
jumping?
The Friday Free Show
jumping,
is the most listened to show. The most of you are listening right now. Go to Tom's TikTok, subscribe, and send him a message. I want to see fire pubes.
Yeah, because they'd have to blow them up. You're the only one with pubes, which makes more sense
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
the opposite direction is weird when you're blowing them up a kid's pubes.
Right. It's weird.
It is weird.
Even
if you insist this is purely for the stunt, this is not sexual,
Anyway.
and people are like, we think it's sexual.
Or he blows them off my pubes and I wait. I'm like, his first pube, I want to blow a fireball off.
Oh, yeah. You you burn his first pube. He gets it, you celebrate it, you burn it right off. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, this is getting dark.
Yeah.
This is up there with kissing my mustache dark. Once we reach full kissing the mustache, our burning the first pube, we gotta exit.
Middle-aged men with kids. All right. Ross, are you gonna
by the way, I want to say this. I would let Michael Jordan squeeze my daughter's ass. I'll die on that hill. I don't even care. He's that famous. He's that fucking famous.
Well, he's the greatest.
He's the
of all
greatest.
time.
He's the GOAT.
Check out the Orlando Talk Show with me, Ross McCoy. A lot of good back episodes. Check out the one with David Jolly we were talking about. A lot of Dan Cummins, Tom and Dan.
The
Sam.
David Jolly one is an excellent episode.
We've done a number of them with David Jolly, and they're all bangers. They're all good.
David is an interesting cat.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Tots with Ross is you can go back and listen to all
Evergreen, baby.
Evergreen. It's just good interviews that are funny.
Go pick a comic you like and listen. And join me on the 21st of March for the Ram Davesy Boat Gambling Invitational. Just send me a message and I'll tell you how to sign up.
There you go. Any other
Well,
business?
we will have a new BDM show on Monday with Jim Colbert that we recorded. So if you're not a BDM, sign up. Sign up to hear that. It was a funny show and to be involved in the BDM Appreciation Week, the $5 T-shirt, the gifts we mail out, and the free party that we're going to do.
And don't forget Saturday the 21st at 10:30 a.m. Set an alarm, set a reminder, and pray to math for Dan because he'll be going under the knife.
Yeah. I'm this one. I am a little more worried than the other one too. Like, don't discount not knowing what you're getting into. It's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
Don't discount that. If you're like, I don't know what I'm getting into, go with more what Tom would say in this scenario and be like, if you don't know what you're getting into, then you're afraid of nothing.
Great. Yeah, if you've been waterboarded once, you don't want a second time.
He's not wrong.
It's not like I go into it like I've never been waterboarded. I'm like, maybe it's not that bad.
There is a point, and this is the scariest part. And I'll leave you with this. If you're like, why are you scared? I was really trying to think of it subconsciously during the show.
Did you see how hard Tom fought against getting his pube fired again? He knows.
No, it's that when you can't move. There is one portion of time where you can't move your leg at all.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is a terrifying feeling where you're just laying there.
Dead
and you're,
leg.
Yeah, and you're like, this thing doesn't work anymore. And that will humble you as quickly as humanly possible.
This is not the same level, but it's the exact same thing. When I go through the car wash, I have to take my rear wiper off because the car wash will knock it off. And then, I don't want to get out of my car and put it on, so I drive home with no wiper on the back. And I always am like, I can't do the rear wiper or it's going to scratch the window. And at some point, I always do the fucking rear wiper.
Yeah, and you hear it.
I can't stop myself.
You can't stop it. Can't do it. It's just a reaction. He has to do it.
So we're going to be back on Wednesdays, ACT, but no ACT on Monday and Tuesday this coming week. Yep. But we do have a BDM show, so you can check that out.
Yeah, BDM show. And then we'll be back if things all go according to plan. And why wouldn't they? then we'll be back Wednesday.
Yeah, and if we're not back, you'll know.
Yeah, you will know.
Yeah, don't. I won't tell you guys.
He's not going to call you crying. But
No.
You'll know just by us not coming back. You'll know what happened.
Or
you guys should like stay silent for like an hour just to freak everybody out on the comeback day. Like, don't go up for an hour.
I thought about News Junkie in it a little bit because he's good with the drama.
He is.
Right? He's good with the drama.
How many times has Sabrina been fired, dude?
That's not a
Come
diss.
on.
It's just some people know how to wand, use their drama wand,
Absolutely.
and I'm not good
So
with it
good.
because I'm like, I can't. I'm not doing that. Maybe I'll do it this time. Maybe I'll do it this time. You never know.
All right, we will see you on Wednesday, and next week.
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe.